Hello, hello. This is for day 145 and 146 of my 365-day raw suspending disbelief journey for September 14th and 15th, 2024. This is day 2 and 3 of my 4-day sabbatical, sort of my complete shut off from social media, from forward-facing client work. And it was really interesting. So the 14th, or day 145, I was mostly just hanging out with the kids. We went to a barbecue at my dad's for a few hours and visited with loved ones, family members, all of that. And that was great and lots of fun. My oldest daughter's boyfriend came along, and afterwards the younger two were picked up by their dad. And then we went, back to my place and watched a movie together with the three of us, and just sort of a very relaxed, no set time frame, no rush anywhere, whatever kind of schedule, and just being present with the kids. So that was fantastic. And then on day 146, or the 15th, I had the day mostly completely to myself. Once my daughter was up and out of the house, she went to her boyfriend's for the day, and I literally just followed my energy. So I was very, I did take some time to just be still and get really connected and come back to calm and all of that. And then I followed my energy for what I wanted to do. And, I decided to actually do my business planning boot camp for myself for my top 5 goals for the next 10 years. So it was a big deep dive, a big breakdown of all of that, all the way to the daily tasks for the first week, so that I know exactly what I'm doing. And then when I do my weekly planning times, I can reset what my daily tasks are for the following week. My monthly planning, I can reset my weekly planning or my weekly tasks, and so on. So in the past, I have done this for at the most up to 2 big goals at once, to be working towards. And the rest of them I've sort of done willy-nilly, just based on when I was inspired. So this is the first time that I am really actively, and I think 5 was like when I sat with it, I sort of had this, I couldn't think of another really big goal that I wanted to work towards. So I was like, I think the 5 are good enough. And I had a health one, and I had an impact one, like number of people that I'm impacting. And I had, I had 5 different ones, and that is a lot. I think most people won't spend enough time to break those down fully the way that I did. And my hand was so cramped up by the end of the day, just from writing all the breakdowns, and getting all the clarity, and all of that stuff. So, but for me, because I do love to plan and I do love to know how I'm going to get places. And of course, with my planning method, it's not so much about the how, it's, the how of the way that our things that we're calling into our lives manifest. I don't know if that sentence made sense. The way that things manifest into our life happens very differently than we always expect, right? So it's not always going to be that we control the how, and very rarely do we control the how if we want things to actually manifest. So my method, the great part about it is that you can sort of pivot and tweak and shift things around every single time when you are doing your planning sessions. And that just makes it sort of, it's like, okay, what feels good in the how, tap into the inspiration each time, and write down the weekly steps based on that, or the daily steps based on that each week. And all of it through the lens of where am I going, that big 10 to even 20-year goal. It's just this very, very clear method for here's the path I'm taking to get there. And it gets to change in between without changing your end goal, your big outcome. It's very hard to explain in just a couple of minutes on a podcast episode, but it's really powerful and very popular as far as things go in my business. It's one of the most popular things that I offer, and it's because it's a way to put a framework or a structure or a system in place, especially for women entrepreneurs who usually just sort of go with the flow and don't have that fixed end point. And like I always say, if you don't have a goal, then you're not going to get there. Because if we don't have a specific goal that we're aiming for, right, then we are literally just zigzagging all over the place. We don't have one spot that we're aiming for. So we may shift and adjust as we go, from day to day, from week to week, from month to month, all of that. But our end goal, if it stays the same, then we are making progress towards it. And that's the beauty of this method. So anyways, I did it times 5, which was intense and a lot. And did it all on paper and then put it all into, reminders in my Google Calendar and task lists and spreadsheets for tracking and all kinds of just really, really dove into it so that I have everything set up and I can just follow the plan, right? Follow the plan and make tweaks as I go. And know what I need to be working on every day to get there. And that is, it's mind-blowing when you have that depth of clarity, just how easy it gets to achieve your big goals. And as anyone who was in my boot camp this year knows, the ladies in there were going, wow, I've already achieved, 6 months later, I've already achieved my year-long goals and stuff like that. So it actually really speeds up your progress and gets you where you want to go faster. So it's really powerful. Anyways, that is mainly what I focused on the 15th on day 146. I just let myself flow with that and I went really, really deep on that. And it leaves me feeling really stable and confident and clear. And that is so important for us to not really get in our heads so much about are the things that I'm doing actually taking me where I want to go? Am I making the right choices that are going to create the results that I want? Things like that. So it just, again, I've only done this for one or two at a time in the past. And I did for all 5 of my main sort of focuses that I want to be tracking and be moving towards over the next 10 years. And I just keep laughing because I'm like, I can't believe I did 5. I can't believe I did 5 yesterday. That's a really deep dive, you guys. That's a lot to go into. It's something that I'm taking 2 weeks per person to go into with my VIPs from boot camp, right? So I did that all in one day, and it was sort of just like brain explosion after brain explosion after brain explosion about what I need to be doing on a daily basis. And clarity about what things come first that are going to take me to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. So I don't know, overall, really powerful. And again, I trust that I'm always where I am supposed to be. And I just think that using systems like this boot camp structure that I teach, really just, it's like it gives a clear outline to our guides of this is where I want to go next. And then they can help us to flow within that structure. I can't explain it better than that. I don't think that it's controlling the where I'm meant to be. I think that it allows me to get to where I'm meant to be faster, if that makes any sense. So, um, I'm excited. I feel amazing about it. I think that uh, it was an absolutely wonderful use of my time. And I'm really excited to flow forwards from here. And I feel like it will also um, keep me from overloading myself because I'll know which offers I'm focusing on, which things I should open up spots for, what my income goals are, and, you know, therefore how many spots I need to sell in order to hit my income goals, or, all of the pieces are included. And it's just so powerful. So, um, I'm really excited about that. And it leaves me feeling more stable, more balanced, and more like I'm taken care of. The structure holds me instead of me having to hold all the pieces of everything. Um, it helps me to know which pieces of my website and memberships and everything to build first, which ones need to come first, and why, and all of that, because the energy that I've been in is just like it all needs to be built now. And that's because I had literally had people signing up for every single one of my offers through the month of August. So with that, it's like I can't give them what they bought or what they signed up for, whether it was free or paid, if I don't have that up on my website. But it gave me the clarity to go, okay, my business needs to grow at the same time. Otherwise, I'll crash and burn and end up shutting down my business because I'm not making any income, right? So, this is the piece that needs to happen first. And all the people who bought that can have their access right away. And this is the piece that needs to happen next. And all the people who signed up for that will get their access next, and so on. And it really gave me the overview and the permission to sort of realize that there's no way for me to get everybody access all at once. That is impossible. I need to chill out and just sort of like, okay, one piece at a time. And here's the most important, or not necessarily most important, but most time sensitive, right? That will, number one, give people access to the things that are more time sensitive first. And number two, that will help my business to grow and support me further financially before I do all the pieces that were just things that I gave away for free, or things that I even no longer offer, and no one else is going to be signing up for, and it's only people who got in on sort of like this last chance grab during August. Um, those people will get access to their stuff. It's just that they can't be my first priority because that will not uh, it's not an equal energy exchange for me to put all of my effort into things that I gave away for free in August versus serving the clients who paid me first, or versus getting the things that are for sale right now built out so that I can continue to make sales while I build out the other things. So, um, it's a little bit complex to try to explain verbally, but I hope that all made sense. But I'm just so clear right now, and that feels really amazing. I feel so supported. Um, and just really confident that if I follow this plan, if I stick to, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, um, come what may, however it is that it happens, all of that, it is going to get me there, and it's going to get me there the fastest possible, instead of sort of this spray of my energy all over everything, that was totally burning me out. So I'm really glad that I am where I'm at, and I'm really looking forward to starting to implement, and my final day of just sort of allowing myself to be in my own energy and do what feels good to me, and make sure that I'm not connected to other people's energy just for one more day, and so on. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.